how are you feeling about a trip to Pittodrie?
Yeah, it's obviously an exciting game for us, and obviously we've picked up some points recently, and we obviously played them recently. That will give us a lot of confidence going into the game. So it's definitely a positive feeling in the group today, and hopefully we can get the result tomorrow.
It does feel like there's an upward turn in fortunes here. Can that be felt around the place, do you think, this week?
Yeah, I've always mentioned it before that there was always a good feel about the training ground, even when performances and results wasn't perhaps going our way, but there's been an added refreshment in the group, obviously with the results, and hopefully we can continue that.
It's a busy time of the year though, isn't it? Is it a time of the year you enjoy?
Yeah, obviously it's very historic for a lot of the boys in the UK to be playing around this time. It's obviously a lot more watch around these times, and a lot more of the families come to watch, so it does feel that bit more special to play around.
Are you giving any thought to what happens come the end of the season for yourself?
Yeah, I've started to obviously express my feelings. My body's starting to break down a bit, and it is likely that I might pack it in, to be fair, but at the moment I'm just focused on helping the team in whichever way I can, and trying to get out there to help them.
Retirement?
Mm-hmm.
What happens then?
I want to stay in football with whatever I do. I love the game too much to go away from it, but I haven't decided exactly yet.
It's a big decision to make though, because a lot of players say you can always try and play at whatever level you can, for as long as you can.
Yeah, and I feel like I would love to do that, but obviously I've got to think about like what I'm going to be able to do in the after football sort of thing, and yeah, it's not something that I'd just do just for the sake of it sort of thing. There would be reasons for it.
Is it something in terms of staying in football, is coaching, is that one of the things?
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to, like I say, be involved in football, whichever way I can. I don't think you get the same feelings in anything else other than sport for me. And football is one of the ones that is really rewarding for what you get out of it.
Is it the dressing room buzz? I know when you leave that, then...
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously, I don't think you can reenact sort of the celebrating and the euphoria when goals are scored, and when you're under pressure and you join together as a team. It brings people together, and I think that's a special thing.
It's a big thing to do though, isn't it? Because when you do say that's it, the boots are hung up, mindset, because we talk a lot about mental attitude of footballers nowadays, that's a massive thing to do.
Yeah, but I just think sometimes it's easier to come to terms with it yourself. It's not something I wanted to perhaps do in the summer, as I felt like it wasn't the right time. But I don't know, it's obviously a difficult decision to make, but yeah, something I have to think about.
Is it about getting as much enjoyment out of however much longer you have playing now then?
Yeah, I've been thinking like this way in terms of, like you say, the enjoyment for the last 2 years now, where before each game and stuff, you're just thinking that this is potentially one of your last ones, so to try and enjoy it for what you can, just even before coming in here sort of thing, and thinking this could be like the last opportunity to do something like this, where it's not something normal where 10 people are in here interviewing sort of thing. It's a very unusual thing, and you've got to take everything can't take things for granted and enjoy things for what they are.
How much have you enjoyed the experience at Hibs so far?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Like I said, from the get-go, it was something that was very different and excited me in terms of the size of the club and the opportunities here to experience a lot of new feelings and play against some different teams, and no more than the one on Boxing Day again that everyone spoke to me about. Obviously, we've got a more important one Saturday first of all, but definitely some things to look forward to.
Have you definitely decided that's it?
Not definitely, but I feel like it is pushing towards that way.
Right. When you say your body keeps breaking down, what do you mean by that? Like just in terms of recovery from injury, or?
Just a whole heap of things really. Just you're not able to generate the same speed and power as other people, sort of thing. And like you say, from game to game, it's hard to recover as quickly as before. You feel, I've always wanted to play can help out the team, and when you feel like you're not really able to do that, then that's sort of a difficult time.
Still feel like you can come in and contribute for the rest of this season?
Yeah, 100%. Like I say, I'll be out there in terms of like helping the boys out whatever way I can, and in full support of the gaffer whichever way I can. So I'll always be available.
You played at a very high level, Dwight. You're obviously a big football fan. Going down the leagues, was that not something that would interest you?
Yeah, and it was definitely in my mind. I don't think it would have been because I don't love football. Like I said before, I want to stay in football because I love it. I'd love to play it continuously, forever. But with injuries and stuff like that, and your body starts to pick up stuff that you probably need to think about. It's not just muscle injuries, other things as well that could prevent you in later life, maybe playing in the garden with your kids and stuff like that. These things I need to take into consideration.
You started coaching badges?
Yeah, finished the UEFA B. I wanted to start the UEFA A, but you need to wait. I think a year or two after you completed it, so I just need to wait for that before I start the next badge.
And then the pro licence?
Hopefully.
Biggie.
Yeah, that's going to be the tough one.
How big do you think that dramatic fight back against Aberdeen a few weeks ago was in terms of getting you on this little run that you're on just now?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we could feel it in the dressing room after the game, sort of thing, and the way that the fans took to us that evening. Obviously, going around the pitch at the end of the game, you could tell that they was in full support of us, and that gave us just a bit of buzz. Whereas previously, when we conceded in the last few minutes, it was almost the opposite. You'd be going in to the next game with a bit of doubt. Whereas from the Aberdeen game, we had a big buzz about the team. And then went on to some decent results, but we need to just keep turning up the heat, and hopefully we can start the next game well as well.